regard to our capacity or under capacity, we focus on the Visayas and Mindanao. In so many budget hearings, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Chairman, we've always been hearing about power shortages in that area of Visayas and Mindanao. May we know from the Secretary, what is the status? They're supposed to go online 2010. The Patay Energy Development Corporation, about 160 megawatts. And then the Cebu Energy Development Corporation, also about 160 megawatts. May we know the status of this for 2010, I understand.
The Cebu plants, Your Honor, are already on testing and commissioning, which is really alleviating the situation in Cebu. So they're not experienced. They experience brownouts when these new plants incur problems. The Panay, Your Honor, as has been highlighted in the newspapers, have started testing. There was an odor problem. The ECC was being questioned. But the original commitment was really for February of 2011, Your Honor. So
you changed that to 2011 already, because originally in fact, even in your portal, that's supposed to be for 2010 in your DOA portal.
My apologies, Your Honor. When I assumed office, it was already 2011 as stated by the proponents, Your Honor.
You better update your portal then. Now, the other one would be for 2011, and this is KEPCO for the Visayas also. What's the status of that?
That's on schedule, Your Honor. They're actually inviting, I think, the President to inaugurate the plant sometime in the first quarter also. Some capacity is already operating. There was a problem with the fly ash facility because of the environmental NGOs that filed cases, Your Honor, that since been addressed at the local level.
How about the Salcon Power?
The Salcon Power privatization, Your Honor?
Yes.
That's the one, that's the Naga plant that has to be privatized, Your Honor. That's supposed to be up for bidding for the power contract sometime early next year, Your Honor.
Thank you, thank you. Now, I have my usual question to any Secretary of Energy. What's the, how many days supply of oil do we have right now?
Your Honor, I must admit that the estimates are purely based on reports that come to us, which is really why the Department of Energy would like to issue new guidelines on all the oil companies to report all oil importations, because we cannot track it, Your Honor. Like if I get a report today that says I have 30 days of inventory.
But ballpark figure?
Ballpark figure, Your Honor, is about 60 days.
60 days. It's still 60 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because, you know, the Department of Energy has one of the lowest budgets of all the line departments. But in the opinion of this representation, it is one of the most strategic also. And oil is a very strategic commodity. We are talking of the Korean situation. Oil stocks will be quite important. If we are talking of preparing for a possible contingency, it's not just mobilizing our C-130, but making sure that we have energy security in the Philippines. I understand you have an energy emergency plan in the DOE. What is your position on that right now?
Your Honor, the plans are there, but the implementation and our effectivity of monitoring levels is not there. If I were to be asked, Your Honor, whether I know exactly how much fuel there is in the country today, I will say, Your Honor, I don't. The liberalization has went to one extreme, Your Honor, which is anybody can import oil to any port in the Philippines in any quantity that they want, without any permit from us whatsoever. Now the DOE is going back and saying, no, we want import permits in place. We won't get involved in your pricing, but we want to know exactly how much volume comes in and at what point, and even the distribution logistics. This is critical, Your Honor, because that's the only way I can monitor that. And even the emergency plan says we instruct them to accumulate. For example, Your Honor, the problem of the pipeline. When the pipeline situation occurred, and I knew it was going to be closed for a long time, I met all the other oil companies other than Shell and Chevron. And I met with them and I said, I need you guys to accelerate all your importation, because we have to make sure that whatever shortfall that happens during this closure of the pipeline, we will be able to address. We agreed in that meeting that we will be given daily reports of inventory levels at all the depots. Your Honor, that's far from what's happening. So there is a plan, but how much we can, that's why we want to issue new department circulars that need to rein in, Your Honor, and enforce compliance issues.
Is the Secretary saying that the Department of Energy has no capability to even give us a ballpark figure on such an important commodity?
We can give you a ballpark figure, Your Honor, but it is a very ballpark figure, Your Honor.
What would be the range of error?
Your Honor,
because we're talking of normally, I remember, normally it is about 60 days. But what kind of error are we talking about here?
It can be plus minus 15 to 30 days.
15 to 30?
There's question of the smuggled fuel. There's question of the finished product importation, because more than 53% of our pump already come in the form of direct importation of finished products. Sometimes they even declare the in-transit inventory or the ordered inventory. So
but that should be the case. We should consider not only stocks on hand, but stocks that are in transit in determining what is the oil supply situation.
Not all the oil players are diligent in submitting that data to us. That's why we want to issue a new. Actually, Your Honor, this is together with the customs and our initiative to curb smuggling, because we want to limit the ports at which importation can happen to only selected ports, and the appropriate reporting for all import, and even a forward view, Your Honor, of the importation forecast for the next quarter.
How big a problem is oil smuggling, Mr. Secretary? What percent of the total supply would be accounted for by smuggled oil?
What we know of, Your Honor, and I do not have any evidence or hard facts, what we know is the oil smuggling is in kerosene or in diesel, because these are the ones that are easy to move. The magnitude in different estimates, you have 60 million barrels according to an AIM study. Some studies say it's actually 20, so it's in a range between 20 to 30.
How much is that in pesos?